Interesting in my little culture. It's an amoeba, and I thought it's an opportune time to live stream it with you people. So, join the journey with me as I just finished setting up lens conjugation, and you shall just see the amoeba in front of your eyes. Okay, I think you can see it. I'll bring it in the center here. Let's see it. To clean the lens, should I? Come back, my friend. Where is it gone? It was just here. It must be under this somewhere. We have to wait for a while. It's just under this debris. It shall soon emerge. Here it is. Here it is, in the center. Why is there so much of white light? I need to change the contrast. My goodness. Normal. It is now converted into a kind of a blob, just a small blob. I don't know, somehow there is something with the camera today. But there it is, right in the center. I hope you can see that. There. There you see it's now throwing away another pseudopodia and going towards 7 o'clock direction. Alright, now we are in a better position to see it. Since it's translucent, it's a little difficult to observe it, and especially it's a little more tricky to catch it on the camera. And that to just a basic iPhone makes it difficult. Nevertheless, you get the idea of this slow moving mass of gelatin. Now it's going just like a drop from top to down. What a beautiful creature it is. Sure, sir. That's what I'm trying, but somehow the condenser is not working very well today. Some problem with light. I missed it, lost it. Okay, there it is. What else can be done? Okay, this is one try. I'm half covering the condenser. Another way is, let me try that light. Okay, I think this is a little better with a sepia background. Kind of a two-dimensional shadow, but the picture gets blurred. Lost it in this debris. Bring it back to focus. Somewhere here, that in the center. Okay, this seems fine. Again, the condenser is too hard. How about this? Now, where is the fellow? Okay, right in the center, going towards 3 o'clock. No, sir, I've just cleaned the lens, and with all the possibilities, I'm again trying. There was a bubble or some creature, the water shook. Or probably the camera is unable to focus. The problem is, how do I, no, these things don't work. Okay, so let me rechange the arrangement once. Changing the lens will be difficult. Fix it again. going down. Okay, so let's bring him back in the center. Just wait while I rearrange it. Here is another one. Okay, this is a bigger one. Yes, this is a bigger one. So we'll focus on this one. There's a bigger one I found. Let me bring it in focus. This is not appropriate. So need to go down. This is fine. Okay, now probably we will see this. Still there is a lot of white. White balance needs to be cleared. It is a random hit and try that I am trying. Bring it in the focus. Where is that fellow? Above the chlamydomonas. Above the chlamydomonas. Where is that chlamydo? It's off-centered. Where is the center now? No, it's not working. In any case, I will, after this exercise, upload the video that I filmed through a better camera. The issue is with this camera, because the other camera was working very well, and I got this opportunity of getting a beautiful video. And at one point of time in this video, two amoeba happened to cross each other, as if they were walking on a highway. Bacteria. Yes, bacteria are apparently looking good, but the objective is amoeba. And it is somewhere here. It is here. It is somewhere here. I'm just missing it out. Not able to focus. Yes, probably. Probably. Need to focus. Find it where it is. And I think I have lost it. Or have I? No, I have not. It is just below that green algae. This is too much zoomed in. Acha, it will be somewhere here. Here it is. This is that green algae. And here will be the amoeba. Where is it now? People are saying that we have a war against COVID. All we need to do is learn from these basic organisms. It's not a war against COVID. The strategy to overcome this COVID times are very simple. Adapt. Adaptation is required rather than going on a war footing. We don't need to really fight it. Here in the center is the amoeba. But I'm not able to get a good picture. This is the amoeba that I was trying to trace and introduce with you. All through my life, I had not seen an amoeba prior to this, but now suddenly they seem to be raining from everywhere. Yes, sir, I got it. Here it is. It is beautiful. Lovely creature. I'm in love with this fellow. How smoothly it is transforming itself, how smoothly it is walking. Ah, now I'm getting rewarded. This is rewarding. Now I don't mind if my people at home they get angry or they shout at me because I have achieved a beautiful sight. It's a little tricky trying to focus with this handset. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I am unable to type down the messages, but I'm reading them. Let's hope that it tries something to eat. Acha, what was that? Egestion. Yes, sir. He's a lucky fellow, an opportunist. This is what is required. All we need is some food, some place to walk, and just be the way we are. Oh, another egestion. It is suddenly feeling very light. Must be a very light-hearted, a very light-bodied individual. Sudden weight loss. And it is still eating. Can we zoom in a bit more? I'm unable to see the nucleus, though there's a lot of algae and bacteria inside this individual, but I'm not able to see the nucleus. Focusing is a little tricky because it's under 40x and 10x, that is 400x, and then it is magnified by the camera lens. The camera magnification, I don't know how much that magnification totally is, but given the kind of this kind of a size, I think it should be somewhere around 700-800. Even the bacteria are appearing very big. At 7 p.m. side, there is a rod. In fact, all that we see are probably rods. They are upside down. Will it eat something more? Will it eat some more? It just tried to grab this algae and probably it is ingesting this algae. No, it left it off. Just went forward, bypassed. That big chunk of algae it has left, probably it was not that tasty. And there are smaller algae particles, there are many bacteria around. Probably that algae has been ingested because it is sticking with the body. Ectoplasm, the pseudopodia, a beautiful way. I'm just wondering, the early days of microscopy when the technology was not this advanced and the biologists or the naturalists had were very simple basic microscopes with not this high-end lenses that we have these days. The light systems were different. It was either sunlight or daylight or candlelight or some sort of artificial light which would illuminate the specimen. And even in those days of primitive microscopy, how could people understand about these microorganisms? How could they just see them and study them and let us know about their biology? How it's it's very difficult to understand and try to come to that technology. Some more rejection. These green algae on the lower side, that is near say 7 p.m. direction, these algae I have not been able to identify these ones. They appear in bunches, but somehow I am unable to recall them. And they have been very prominent in all the cultures that I have had by far. What is this? A bacteria trying to invade into some algae cell, a diploid cell, rather two cells. This is a beautiful frame. I love this. Numerous bacteria, few algae, a little bit of debris, and one creepy crawly amoeba. Amoeba, Proteus. Proteus, this is not Proteus, of course. Proteus is a larger amoeba. This is a normal amoeba. I don't know the species. The genus is, of course, amoeba, but what I was trying to say was Amoeba Proteus, the name itself comes from a Greek god, Proteus. Proteus was the god who could change shapes, and it was for him that the properties of this animal were meeting with and got the name. There was another Greek god by the name Ra, R-A, Ra. Ra was another god who had the capability of changing shapes, and the story of Ra is a very fascinating one in Greek mythology. Let me bring him back in focus. The story of Ra. Ra was the god of shapes, god of a Greek god who could change shapes, and he was kind of what we call Ichhadhari, one who can attain the shape that he desires. I'm speaking he because the god was a he was not a she. What an oozing of the ectoplasm. The Sol gel theory, how could people understand that theory in those days when it was so difficult to observe under a microscope? I mean, they people were really deeply into understanding the philosophy of life. This amoeba, he is told to have around 5,000 genes in its genome, just a few more or less than what human being has. But then it is doing all those activities that we do. It is moving, which you can see. It is eating, which is again evident. It does digestion, it's respiring, it's doing all those basic life activities that define a living individual. And it's not doing anything as per plan, it's just doing it because that is what an amoeba does. It just keeps on moving, eating, respiring, digesting, and reproduce. If we can get some philosophical lessons from this little creature, life would be far better, simple, and satisfying. Rather than getting into a rat race of attaining material wealth or just trying to be better than somebody else, just be what you are and keep doing what you are good at. Just keep doing things. Okay, now it is going under a debris of algae, a load full of algae. He is in a whole food bucket and is coming out now. So I don't know what exactly is the magnification here, but it's pretty good. 40 times at the objective, 10 times at the eyepiece, that is 400 times. Then it is magnified some at least 5 6 times, if not 6 times, at least 4 5 times by the mobile camera. So even if it is twice, then it will be around 8,000 times, 800x. 800x is a magnification of marvelous proportions. Okay, what I'll do is, I have this polarizer filter which I was testing few days. For the last few days, that was another mission. I will put that in place, but before that, let him come at a. So many bacteria around. He'll be having a party now. If only we can see what's going to happen. He has entered into a pool of bacteria. There is something here. Is he eating some bacteria? Surely he will be eating some bacteria. There are so many of them around. And he's spending a lot of time here. I cannot see any dividing ones, sir. But since you are saying that, that must be for sure. Perhaps he's trying to grab one at the tip side. Near the tip, near the tip, near the tip. Focus gone. These are really long bacteria, as big as the amoeba itself. Okay, should I go for the filter? Where is it gone? It is under this debris and there is a kind of a scuffle going on. Okay, now it is emerging from the bottom side. Let me bring him back to focus and see if he's carrying some bacteria now. Some fresh food. Probably not. Okay, now I will apply the filter. You may just lose some sight for some time. No, this is difficult. Probably here the depth of field is a little more in vertical direction, so it's becoming difficult to focus him. Egestion. Okay, focus, the filter. No, it's not having any calcareous things. Bring him back in center. Now it is going under some debris and it's very difficult to focus him now. Just a few bubbles give me a clue of its presence. I think it should come around somewhere. Oh, it's difficult to find him like this. There is a big mass. It's a continent on which he has gone. He has gone over a continent and is going under this canopy of algae. He sure must be somewhere around here, but it's very difficult to find him. Okay, where do I go now? Okay, then I think that is all for the amoeba. The amoeba wanted to go for some rest and it has gone to his home. So back to the place where there were a lot of bacteria. It was somewhere here. No more. What algae is this? I am unable to understand. A lot of Brownian motion. This is Brownian motion. So this was it, sir. One of the few amoeba that I have seen in my entire life. Now I will start with something new and I'm already preparing another culture. The condenser is not centered. Could be, sir. Tomorrow I intend to do some servicing of my microscope and probably then I will be having it better done. Yes, sir, that is what I am doing. Okay, now I will zoom out. This I will come out at lower magnification. Let me first bring it centered. my latest new arrangement, sir, I will show you. I have done this bit, prepared this filter. This is a polarized layer, and a similar layer is in here. It is inside. Here is what I have test. Another layer I will show, it is inside this. So there is one layer inside, one layer I've kept here, then here goes the top slit, and then there is the second one, which I have also marked the polaring part, and I put it on the condenser. Here on the condenser. So it sits on the condenser like this, and we get polarization if we move it. So this is complete consonance, and this is complete obscurity. The difference is very simple. I'll zoom in. Now I will rotate the filter. This is polarized condition. When the crystals, they start shining. Crystals will shine, and non-crystals, things which are not converting the light or not changing the wavelength of light, they appear dark, and the other ones which are bringing some change in the light wavelength, they appear of different colors, like this little grain of sand. If we zoom in, magnify, then it is this. It helps in identifying some minerals, because each mineral has a signature of changing the wavelength. So this technology is used a lot in geological studies. And what I've found is that paramecia, they also shine with these crystals inside, because they eat them and they outshine. So there is a crystal here, and right on top of crystals there is a black silhouette which looks like a donkey with a very, very long proboscis. On the right hand side is the head, then there are two legs, and then there is a big stomach and a tail which is going up in the air. So now I will be removing this filter, and let us rotate the filter and see depolarized light. So this is polarized light with different wavelengths. Yes sir, it is Mars. Now it is Mars. Now it is Neptune. Okay sir, I will cut off and start with my next. Okay, I was just showing that I am preparing another. Where is it? I'm preparing um, another culture I'm preparing, which will probably have some amoeba in few days from now. This is one, and there are two more sets which I'm preparing. Here is one algae, the sea algae, which is still being observed, and this is another. Here I have just kept the outer shell of the horse gram and half horse gram which has been crushed and kept in the paste. Probably I will inoculate it with some of this pond water and see what I can get out of it. Present amoeba was from this culture. Yes, sir, sugar is also here. I can show you some sugar grains. Here is one grain of sugar. Yesterday, when I was experimenting the appearance of sugar in paramecial culture, suddenly the osmotic pressure was so high that all the paramecia they shrunk, they died immediately. After coming in contact with the sugar content, they all just died. So I will add sugar in this one. Where is it? I will add some more. This is too little. There was some more sugar. There was some more sugar. I will just drop in some more. And this is another toy lens which I am experimenting with. This is not a very good quality thing, but it's a toy lens. It's pure plastic. But I am looking what can be done with this. So this is all for the day. Bye bye.
Bye.
Good night, sir. This is the donkey. This will be my logo. A donkey with a big proboscis like an anteater and a long tail. Good night, people.